Story 1. Digital Shadows. Lurking behind the screen. So I am your average young adult hooked on social media like everyone else. One day, I got a follow request from this guy who looked a bit older, maybe in his 30s. Let's call him Mr. Creepy. I don't think much of it, and accepted his request. He had a private account and his profile pic gave me goosebumps. The way he stared into the camera was just unsettling, and his smile, it made my skin crawl. Soon enough, he started messaging me, and honestly, it was like he knew me better than my own family. He complimented my pictures, but it was never the usual, "you look great" kind of stuff. No, his compliments were weirdly personal, like he had been secretly watching me. At first, I thought maybe he's just a socially awkward guy trying to be friendly, so I didn't make a big deal out of it. But then his messages started getting creepier. He'd talk about places I had been to, like that little coffee shop I had visited last week with my friends. How did he know that? I decided to ignore him and thought he'd get bored eventually. But boy, I was wrong. He kept coming back with new accounts, each one more disturbing than the last. I felt like he was always there, lurking in the shadows of my online life. After a few days of ignoring his messages and blocking his accounts, I thought I was in the clear. But then one afternoon, as I returned home, I saw a mysterious package sitting on my doorstep. I never ordered anything, and there was no return address, just my name scribbled on it. Something inside me told me not to open it, but curiosity got the better of me. I brought the package inside, my hands trembling, and decided to document the whole thing on my Instagram stories. I snapped a pic of the package and captioned it with a joke about creepy surprises. As I carefully opened the package, my heart pounding in my chest, inside, to my utter shock and horror, was something that sent chills down my spine. It was an old photograph of my bedroom, taken from outside the window. My blood turned to ice. I stared at the photo in disbelief. How could he have taken this picture? Was he watching me from outside my house? Then the realization hit me like a ton of bricks. He had been lurking around my home, invading my privacy. I felt like I was living inside a real-life horror movie. The thought of someone out there taking pictures of my private space made me sick to my stomach. My own sanctuary was no longer safe. But that wasn't all. Underneath the photo was something even creepier. A lock of my hair neatly tied with a black ribbon. I froze, my mind racing with fear and confusion. How did he get my hair? And why on earth would he send it to me? I wanted to scream to call the police right away, but I couldn't find my voice. I felt trapped, like he was watching my every move. The Instagram notification sound broke the silence, and I saw a new message from Mr. Creepy. It was a picture of the package I had just opened, taken from a distance. He had been watching me the whole time. The message that accompanied the picture was, "Chilling. I know everything about you." That was it. I couldn't take it anymore. I called the police and showed them everything. The package, the photo, the message. They assured me that they'd do everything to catch this sick individual. In the weeks that followed, I lived in constant fear, looking over my shoulder, feeling like I was being watched even when I was alone. The police made progress in their investigation. They eventually apprehended Mr. Creepy. It turned out he had a twisted obsession with young people, and he had targeted several others before me. He had been following us on social media, gathering information and invading personal spaces. Even though he was caught, I still couldn't shake the feeling of being violated. It's a horror that lingers long after the nightmare ends. Not everyone is who they seem, and the darkness of the internet can reach out and touch your reality in ways you'd never imagine. Story 2. The Unsettling So I was just casually scrolling through my feed when I got a message request from a strange account. The picture was a creepy mask and the username was just a jumble random of letters. I hesitated, but curiosity got the better of me. I opened the message. Inside was a single word, watch. I felt a shiver run down my spine, but I thought it was probably just a prankster trying to mess with me. I ignored it and went on with my day. But then things started getting freaky. I started seeing the same mask profile picture commenting on my posts, always with the same cryptic message, watch. I tried blocking the account, but it kept coming back with different usernames. One night, as I was about to go to sleep, I got a notification from Instagram. It was a live video request from the creepy account. I hesitated for a moment, but my curiosity got the best of me, and I accepted it. The live started, and all I could see was darkness. It was silent for a while, and I was about to end the call when I heard a faint whisper say, watch this. I strained my eyes trying to make out what was in the video, and then I saw it. A masked figure standing in front of a familiar building. It was my workplace. I gasped, feeling like my heart was about to jump out of my chest. How did they know where I worked? The figure started moving towards the building and I couldn't tear my eyes away. It was like they were inside my worst nightmare. I ended the live video trembling with fear and called the police. The cops arrived quickly, but by the time they got there, the creepy account was gone. They tried to track it down, but it was like it vanished into thin air. I deleted my Instagram account and changed all of my passwords and took extra precaution with my online presence. But even now, I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched, that masked figure is still out there waiting to strike again. Please be careful with who you accept messages from on social media. You never know who's lurking in the shadows, and sometimes the internet can be a gateway to the most terrifying nightmares. Story 3: The Unwanted Viewer. So there I was, scrolling through Instagram late at night. As usual, my feed was bled with sponsored posts, friend updates, and endless streams of influencers I followed. And suddenly, I got a notification, new message request from Infinite Mirrors. I thought it was just another scam bot, or maybe some creep trying to get into my DMs. I clicked on the profile. It was a bit weird. It was completely empty. No posts, no profile picture, but it had about 2,000 followers. Curiosity took over me, and I ended up tapping on the message. It was a simple link, no preview or anything, just https://infmirrors.com. Now my mom raised me with some sense, okay? I know not to click on sketchy links with random profiles, but something about this was compelling. I went on my laptop and fired up my VPN, prepared for whatever weird scam websites I was about to encounter. I clicked on the link and it took me to a web page. It was, well, a mirror, literally a video feed of me on my laptop. I gasped, immediately looking around my room. No cameras I could see. The only logical explanation that I could think of was my laptop's webcam, but the angle was different, like higher and kind of tilted. It felt like someone was watching me from the corner of my ceiling. I tried to shake it off as some trick or illusion, thinking that someone is just messing with me. I reached for the tape I usually covered my webcam with, but then the feed on the website spoke. "Covering the webcam won't help, Alex," it said in its super digitized voice. I froze. How did they know my name? I tried to calm down, rationalizing that it might have been some data scraping thing. Still, my heart was beating like a drum. Suddenly, the feed changed. It wasn't just me in my room anymore. It was a bunch of different camera feeds, all set up in various places. My kitchen, my living room, even the hallway of my apartment building. I saw my cat's whiskers playing in the living room. I was without a doubt being watched. Feeling my breath hitch in my throat, I immediately reported the account to Instagram and called the cops. They arrived and checked my apartment for hidden cameras. Sure enough, they found them. Tiny, almost imperceptible cameras installed in the corners of my rooms, my hallway, even the peephole of my front door. After days of investigation, it was discovered that the cameras had been installed by a guy who lived 2 floors below me. Apparently, he had been obsessed stalking me both in real life and digital for months. Instagram took down the account and the guy was arrested. The court case is still ongoing. I'm safe now, or at least I keep telling myself that. I'm living somewhere else, consistently double-checking every corner, every potential hiding place. That lingering feeling of being watched still haunts me. The feeling of violation of my private space being invaded is not something you can shake off. It's messed up how a simple click on Instagram changed my life forever. Now every time my phone dings with a notification, my heart skips a beat. And mirrors, I can't look into them without thinking about that damn website.